What's going on, everyone? I'm going to talk about last night's show. Cognitive, Intrusive, Balor, Iced Over, and Breathless by Dawn. Cognitive's making their way west to start their tour with Allegiant and Obscurum, and they're doing some one-offs, headlining shows to gain some support for that. So I think there was supposed to be a sixth man on the bill last night, but there wasn't. So So we'll just get going. Breathless by Dawn was a two-piece last night, so vocalist, heavily distorted vocals, guitarist, and then the drummer. I guess they just recently lost their bassist. It was kind of caveman-y death metal. I don't know. Didn't really do anything for me. I don't know if a fuller band would have worked. But yeah, just nothing really stood out. I mean, some fun song titles like Mini Fridge Full of Guts or whatever it was, Body in a Crawl Space, stuff like that. But I don't know. There just wasn't really any passion or anything in the performance. Just nothing really stood out. So unfortunately, not a band that I would, probably go out of my way to see again. Iced Over, who I've seen before, again, kind of like a metal core, hardcore type of thing. A little bit better than last time, but just, again, not a band that would stand out for me. I didn't notice anything. They had more energy this time, which was cool. Kind of more attitude, which was fine. And the vocalist definitely puts a lot of energy into the show, but yeah, just not my preference, but also nothing that really rises for me. So, everybody was talking about Balor, and I was really excited to see him. I've never seen him before. I will say that part of the disappointment to their set was there was a buzzing that was coming from something like their entire set, and they couldn't seem to find it or track it down, or maybe they didn't notice, but it was really disruptive. You can probably hear it in the video that I have linked below. But they were interesting. So definitely like an old school death metal feel, with kind of an old school hardcore vocal component. But they had some strange time signatures and stuff that for me were not my preference. I think that if I were to sit back and check out some of their albums, I'd probably enjoy it a bit more. So that's something I'll have to do. Don't know anything about them really. I've just heard the name a fair amount of times. So gonna dig into that. Then Intrusive came on, New York death metal, 4-piece, and they were great. Definitely some strong. Kind of in that transition between old school death metal and new school, so more contemporary than classic, but I really enjoyed them, and they were really cool to see. Really strong, really heavy, strong grating vocals, which I like a lot, and the whole band did great. The guitar was great, the bass was great, the drummer killed it, so it was great across the board. So they're a band that picked up some of their shirts, and I'll definitely check them out again. And then, so Cognitive came on. I wasn't aware that they have a new vocalist now. I've seen them once before, and I think that they're a terrific group. So then I was kind of confronted with, what's this new vocalist going to be like? He had a different appearance and vibe from their last one. So it's one of those moments where you're like, oh, is this about to go sideways? And Cognitive was the reason I was there last night. I really wanted to see them. I can't catch the bigger tour that they're going to be a part of. But let me tell you, man, from start to finish, it was a great set, fantastic set. I've never heard Empire Underground, which is where it was. I've never heard that venue sound so good. It was very, very good quality. But man, these guys, they came out and they just delivered some mean, furious energy, lots of lots of movement, lots of even like crowd interaction, which was pretty cool from all the musicians and the new vocalist. I mean, that dude, he did terrific. He did terrific. I think I'll say it felt still a little bit green stage presence wise, but I don't know if he's just like warming up for the tour coming or whatever. But he thanked all the bands. Talked about his band Cognitive. Introduced the song title, so like he's definitely like getting his rhythm down. And after the set, they all kind of stayed and chatted with people that wanted to chat. But like it was definitely a really good set. So like if you haven't seen Cognitive before, if you know of them, definitely go see them now. But if you don't know of them, check their stuff out and go see them. If you're a death metal fan, I can't imagine that you would be disappointed. I mean, they have tech elements without being tech. They're definitely a modern death metal band, but they incorporate a lot of like the old school flavor. I don't know if that's right, but there's definitely components there from that. So, I mean, I haven't been to many shows this year, so I don't want to cheapen it by saying it was so far the best show of the year for me, but it was one of the most memorable shows, like quality and performance-wise, from like the last year and change. So, really excited about that. And again, I would love to see them on this bigger tour that they're going to be on, because all those bands are killer, but won't be able to. So I was able to get the full set last night. Link down below. I think they're one of the out of the bands I've seen, in the past couple of years, they're definitely one of the best death metal bands out right now, at least performing bands. I'm sure there are some stellar bands that I haven't seen, or bands that aren't performing, so I don't want to take any of that for granted. But for what I have seen, they're definitely up there. So do yourself a favor and catch that show. If you haven't got tickets already, you really need to. So tomorrow there's a Celtic trio that I'm going to see, Kalos. And then on Sunday at the Empire Underground, I think it's like 5 or 6 local area Northeast bands, kind of a mix of genres and styles, all within like kind of the metal category from different states and stuff. So pretty excited to catch some of these bands that are up and coming and that I've never heard of. Later in the month, Sing with Sugabog, Guar, Orbit Culture a few times, and a few other things. April's got a few bangers as well. God, I hate that word. So sorry. But anyway, check out the footage below, the playlist below. And yeah, always like to hear people's thoughts on what they want in reviews. I know I don't do a really technical review, but I'm not that type of person, and I don't know any of those fancy words, so I can't help you there. But talk to you soon.